All right.
Okay, we're ready to roll.
Okey doke. All right. Well, good afternoon. My name is Megan Bettis. I am a freshman admissions counselor here at Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri. And I'm going to be walking you through kind of the ins and outs of our campus and the admission process. So first, I want to talk to you a little bit about life in the St. Charles area. That is where we are located. The population of St. Charles is a little over 400,000 people, with all the amenities inside St. Charles or just outside of St. Charles that you could ever want. We do have a historic downtown. It's called our Main Street. There are a lot of local restaurants down there, local boutiques, cookie shops, dog treat shops, and it is also located on the actual riverfront. And there is one of the larger trails that you can use if you would like to do that. Of course, we do have all kinds of shopping, both in like the strip malls. We do have one of the major malls in the St. Louis area, just a couple miles from campus. And then of course, all kinds of eating places, as well as movie theaters, and fun things to do after classes are done. Then of course, we're only about 20-25 minutes away from the city of St. Louis. So you will find Busch Stadium there, which is where the Cardinals play. There's a St. Louis Aquarium. Forest Park is also a major attraction here. And then there are multiple types of museums that you can go to. There's the Botanical Garden, the Enterprise Center, which is where the Blues play their games, as well as the Del Mar Loop. There's also Soulard, which is kind of the more historic area of St. Louis, but it's also got a lot of modern amenities as well as like a large farmer's market if you like to attend those kinds of things. And then this shows you a little bit of our location from major cities. So we are 4 hours from Indianapolis and Louisville, 5 hours from Nashville and Chicago, and then 4 hours from Kansas City. So we are still centrally located to a lot of other large metropolitan areas that you can do within a day's drive. So this talks a little bit about the population of our campus. And the picture you actually see in front of you is the Spelman Center. So that is where the admission office is located. So if you ever do come visit campus, this is where you'll actually make your first stop. We're located in there. The financial aid office is in there. The academic service office is in there. Public safety is in there. And then of course, the most important is our dining hall in the bottom of Spelman, which is home to our Chick-fil-A and Qdoba on campus. So it is always a busy place to go to. But just the student population on our campus is a little over 4,100 undergraduate students. We do have an online population as well as a graduate student population. So that ranges to about 2,000 to 3,000 additional students each year. So the grand total of our student population ranges between 6,000 and 8,000 depending on the year. But we do have students from 47 different states as well as over 70 different countries globally. So we do have a rather large international population on our campus for being the size that we are, and that is something that we are very, very proud of. And here is a list of all of our undergraduate degree programs. So you can see that we are broken up into schools. So you have the School of Business, School of Arts, Media and Communication, School of Education, School of Health Sciences, Humanities, and then the School of Sciences. Now you can major in all of these programs as well as minoring in all of these as well. And it is very easy to add on a double major or a minor or a double minor to your college career, especially if they are within the same kind of areas. And you can work with your academic advisor to make sure that you're on the 4-year plan to get all of that done. Now, one thing I will note that you won't see on this list are the pre-professional programs that we do offer. So that would be like pre-medicine, pre-dentistry, pre-physical therapy, pre-veterinary medicine, or pre-occupational therapy. Now, these are programs that you do have to go on and get your doctorates in. And most of those students, since it's not, you can't major in pre-medicine, a lot of them will major in the School of Sciences, so biology or chemistry, or for those pre-occupational therapists, sometimes those students actually major in psychology. So we do have those programs, but they're tracks, not necessarily majors. But they do set you up to take the testing that you need to for those programs, as well as go on to additional schools after Lindenwood. And this is a little bit about our classroom experience. So we do have a student faculty ratio of 17:1. So that is on the lower end of that spectrum. So we do have very small class sizes. We actually cap all of our classes at 35. So you would never have a classroom over that number. And typically the average number of students in each class is 17 to 20. So your professors know who you are. They're gonna know your name, they're gonna know your face, they're gonna know everything about you, which actually really benefits students in the long run. So we do not teach in lecture halls. We do not have graduate assistants or teaching assistants teaching our classes. All of ours are professor taught, and 80% of our professors do hold the highest degree possible in their field, so they are considered experts on their programs. One other nice thing about our professors is they do require they're required to have 10 hours of office time each week. So this is specific time where you can actually schedule meetings to with professors to go over an assignment maybe you're struggling with, or you want to talk to them about graduate school or internships, or actually sit down and build out like your schedule for your major. That is the time you can use to meet with professors in their offices. And they are listed in all of the classes on the syllabus the first day of school. So this talks about our study abroad programs. So we do have multiple options for students depending on how long you want to be gone abroad. So we do obviously have our full semesters where you would be spending an entire semester at another university or college in a different country. And there is an actual booklet in our study abroad office that has all of the different countries that students can go to, as well as the universities that you would be enrolling in that particular country. So they do have a lot of good information in their office if this is something you're interested in. They also do have summer programs. So these are 3 to 8 week trips done after the school year is finished. These can be used for internships, research projects, volunteer opportunities. And again, you can kind of pick where you want to go, but they are much smaller trips done. And then of course we do have our faculty-led programs. So these are where you would actually be doing group trips. You would be going with 1 to 2 faculty members, as well as about 15 to 20 students. These last between 10 and 14 days. So again, smaller trips, and they're usually done over Christmas break or summer break. So again, you're not missing a lot of class to go on these trips with the study abroad programs. Now, what they do recommend is if you are interested in doing a study abroad, that you plan a year in advance, because there will be a lot of documents and finances that you have to get in order. You will have to get your passport ready. You'll also have to get a student visa if you plan on attending another university in another country, and that can be a lengthy process. But then you do have to make sure that your financial aid is set up for that other institution, all the bills are paid, and make sure everything goes, transitions smoothly. So that's kind of why they advise that year out. But their office is actually located in the library. It's on the 2nd floor. And speaking of the library, here it is. So this is inside of our LARC. It's our Library and Resource Center. So you can kind of see there on the 2nd floor, that's where the study abroad program is located. And this is also where our career services office is located. So career services has a lot of different things going on all year long. One unique thing that we do offer in that office is a Dress for Success closet. So if students are going to have an interview for an internship or a job, and they don't have the money to go and buy brand new clothes, or they don't have the time to do it, you can walk over to the library, go into that office, and they actually have an entire closet of professional wear. So you can take whatever you need, wear it to the interview, and then just return it when you're done, free of charge for students. So it is a great resource to have on our campus. They also do a lot of resume workshops. So if you do need help either building a resume or just tweaking one you already have, they can definitely sit down and do that with you. They do also have multiple types of interview workshops. So they have ones for like traditional interviews where it's you with one other person or a few different people, but they also actually do have a dinner etiquette interview training workshop. So if you ever have to have an interview during a dinner, they do kind of prepare you for that as well. And then of course they have all kinds of career and internship fairs that they actually put on campus or give information about if it is off campus. And then same for networking events. We do host some on our campus, but then there are also others in the area that they provide information for students. So definitely, no matter where anyone goes to college, Career Services is an office that you definitely want to make sure you are regularly checking in with them throughout your 4 years to make sure you are setting yourself up for success after graduation. So here are a little bit of the different campus activities. So as you can see, 80% of your time is actually spent outside of the classroom. So campus activities are the fun things to do at college. So we do have a lot that you can choose from. We have over 90 different student organizations to get involved in. We actually do have every semester kind of an involvement fair where all of our student organizations will come out in one location and you can kind of see what's available to you. If something interests you, you can sign up on the spot. Very, very, very easy to get involved. We do also have our own student government. So if that is something you want to continue in college, you can run for that. You can also join the campus activities board. So this student organization is actually the ones responsible for all of the fun things that go on campus. They are the ones that work to bring those events to us and our students. So if that's something you would like to get involved in, you can definitely do that. And then we do have our fraternities and sororities. We have 6 total. So we have 3 of each. We do have a few dorms that those students live in if they want to. We just don't have houses. They're still living on campus in a dorm style. But I always encourage students, no matter where you end up in college, you definitely want to make sure that you are getting involved in your campus. These are great ways to make connections, not only with students, but with staff and faculty on campus, as well as meet people outside of campus. And it's very important to have as many connections as you possibly can. This is also a great way to boost up your resume. So if you are needing some more opportunities for like leadership roles, things like that, student organizations are a great way to do so. And this is a little bit about our athletic teams. So we are a Division II institution recognized by the NCAA. We have 27 NCAA sports on our campus, and then we have over 40 different competitive teams. If you are interested in any of our athletic programs, per NCAA, you are required to reach out to the coaches directly. Admissions is not allowed to be involved in that process or be the middle person between a student and a coach, which you can find all of their contact information on our athletic website. And then it does talk about our Student Athlete Center. So we actually do have an academic success center in that building. So student athletes are required to spend so many hours each week in that tutoring room. And that number of hours is set by the coaches individually. They also have athletic training facilities in there. They have their private rooms or locker rooms in there. And then they do also have coaches' offices, meeting space, and things like that. One bit of information to remember about our athletes is that if you do participate in one of our athletic programs, you are required to live on campus for all 4 years. We do offer athletic scholarships. Again, that information is handled through the coaches, and they are the ones that decide who gets them and how much. Speaking of scholarships, here is the list of all of the different kinds of scholarships that we offer students at Lindenwood. I will make note that we have added multiple brand new ones this year to help cut down the cost of attendance. So we do have our academic scholarships. Now these are awarded to students upon acceptance to the university. Those range from $2,000 to $10,000 and are based upon your unweighted GPA in high school. They are renewable for up to 5 years, as long as you remain in good academic standing with the university, which is basically maintaining a 2.0 and above. And like I said, you do have the opportunity for athletic scholarships. Again, you do have to contact coaches about that. They are the ones that kind of decide the ins and outs of those scholarships. We do also have our fine and performing arts scholarships. So this would be theater, music, and art. You do have to audition for these scholarships through those respective departments, and you can set up your audition date with whichever department you plan on auditioning with. They will have audition dates throughout the fall semester and then into the beginning of the spring semester. So last year, the last one was in the middle of February. So you do have quite a bit of time to get that in order. And then those departments are the ones that, again, that kind of like athletics, they're the ones in charge of who gets them and how much, and they are the ones that do notify students of if they have received them. There are a few rules you have to follow with those scholarships if you do receive them. Sometimes it just requires students to be involved in like an organization in that department. Some of the higher end scholarships do require either a minor or a major in those respective departments. We do also have our Inclusivity Leadership Scholarship Program. This is a brand new one to our campus. This is one that you do have to fill out some additional documentation to apply for that. It does require a resume as well as an essay, and we do select 15 students from that application pool to receive these scholarships, and then they are enrolled into our a program on campus that would be related to this leadership scholarship that would be an all 4 years program. So it looks great on resume. It gives you opportunities to get involved in campus, leadership roles. It's a wonderful program that we've started with that. We do also have a legacy scholarship. So this means either your grandparent, your parent, or legal guardian graduated from Lindenwood University. And basically, just to be eligible for that, you have to let us know. And then you do have to give the name of your grandparent, parent, or legal guardian that graduated so we can verify that information. And then we do have our need-based scholarships. So these are based upon your FAFSA information. So when you apply for financial aid, we use your financial information to determine if you are eligible for any of those type of need-based programs. And then we do have our Sibley Scholarship Program. So this is for a higher end academic achieving student. You do have to have a 3.5 or above GPA to qualify for this scholarship. And again, there is a separate application for it that you do have to fill out. And then that's the first round of applying. And then there is a second round to it that we select a certain amount of students to come to campus and do an in-person interview with our faculty. And then from those interviews, we decide who gets the Sibley scholarships. And we gave out about 20 of those last year. And they range between $18,000 and $21,000. So they do have the potential of being a full tuition scholarship. And last but not least is the sibling scholarship. So if you have a sibling that is currently on Lindenwood's campus and you will be attending Lindenwood at the same time as they are, again, you just have to provide that information to us so we can verify it, and then you do get an additional scholarship for that. And these, everything but the Sibley is stackable. And they are all renewable for all 4 years. So this is basically all of the things that you need to complete during your fall semester if you are interested in Lindenwood. So one very important thing to do is visit campus, and I will go into a little bit more detail about that in the next slide. But you can find our online visit email and information that you'll need to fill out at the website provided on here. And then you also want to make sure that you are applying to Lindenwood if you are interested. So we do provide our own application, which is free. We are also a Common App institution. So we do accept the Common App if you've already completed that. And then we will require, of course, your official high school transcripts, which you can get from your school counseling office. And those can either be mailed to us or sent electronically through Parchment, Naviance, or emailing myself or the admission office directly. Now we are a test optional institution. So what this means is that we do not require ACT or SAT scores for the admission process. It is up to the student individually whether or not they want to submit them. And there is a question on there on the application about that. But don't worry if you select the wrong thing and decide you do not want to use your test scores used, or you do want them used. All you have to do is notify me and I can get that changed in your application very, very quickly. And if you do decide that you do not want to use your test scores, you are not penalized in any format because the test scores are not used in our scholarship matrix. So they do not affect scholarships at all. And then of course you do want to make sure you are filing the FAFSA and you want to make sure that you're filing it quickly. So you can see that we do provide the FAFSA code for you. So when you fill it out, you just have to put that code on it, submit it, and that information automatically comes to Lindenwood. Now we only send out financial aid awards to our admitted students, and we won't start sending those out until probably the November time. But you will get both a physical copy in the mail, and then you will also get an electronic version of those, so you have it in multiple places should you need it. So this talks about how you can come to campus. It's been shown that visiting campus is the #1 way you will find out if you like a school or if you do not like a school. So definitely want to make sure that you are visiting as many as you possibly can. I do know right now, given the certain circumstances, it's not as easy to visit schools, but we have the option if you want to come to campus, you can, or we do have a virtual tour on our main webpage that you can do as well. So you can come to campus Monday through Friday between 9 and 3 is when we offer tours, or on Saturdays at 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. are when we offer Saturday tours. And you can bring some friends and family. Now, typically you can bring as many people as you want, but during this time right now, we are limiting our guests on campus to 2 people per student. So if you come to campus, you can bring 2 people with you. And of course, once you get to campus, you do have to wear face masks at all times, adhere to the 6-foot social distancing rule, and everything that's set in place by the health department and CDC. But we can't actually personalize your visit to meet your needs. Right now, we can't allow students to actually sit in on a class given the social distancing guidelines and things like that. But hopefully later on down the road, we are able to offer that once again. You can virtually meet with a faculty member if you are wanting to meet with somebody within the certain major that you're interested in. We can definitely arrange that for you. You will always meet with an admissions counselor when you come to campus, either with myself or another admissions counselor in our office. And if you would like to set up a virtual visit with our student financial services, if you have questions on how to file the FAFSA, if you've got particular questions about your finances in general, if there's something that's kind of weird about them that you want to know what to do, we can set that up with them as well. And this is some general links for different things on our website. Again, you can find all of these on our main page at lindenwood.edu, but you can find all of the counselor information. You can schedule your visit as well as apply. And then it does provide the general number to the university should you need it. Now, of course, I am the admissions counselor for your area, so you can always contact me directly. And this is all of my contact information. So like I said it before, I am Megan. And I do provide here my email address, my office phone number, and a texting number that does come to my computer as well. So whichever avenue you are most comfortable with, definitely feel free to use. So if you ever have any questions or need any help with anything, please do not hesitate to let me know.